A single photon, leaving the surface of the sun, carries almost no force at all, and yet trillions of them together are enough to warm an entire planet from 150 million kilometers away. But that gentle push is nothing compared to what else is hiding in the architecture of reality. There are only 4 fundamental forces confirmed to exist, and every one of them is stranger than fiction. Some hold atoms together with a grip stronger than anything humans have built. Others reach across galaxies and never let go. And one of them might not even be a force at all, but a flaw in the shape of space itself. This is every force in the universe, ranked from the weakest whisper to the power that built everything you have ever seen. Gravity is the weakest of the 4 fundamental forces, and it is not particularly close. It is roughly 10 to the 38th power times weaker than the strongest force in this list, a number so large it has no real comparison in daily life. A small refrigerator magnet can lift a paperclip against the pull of an entire planet. That alone proves how feeble gravity truly is at small scales. But here is the unsettling part. Weak does not mean unimportant. Gravity has no maximum range, which means every mass in the universe is pulling on every other mass right now, including you. Earth orbits the sun because of it. Galaxies hold their spiral shape because of it. And somewhere in the dark spaces between stars, gravity is quietly assembling structures larger than anything else on this list, using nothing but patience and time. But the next force does something gravity can never do. It reaches out and grabs individual particles with a strength that dwarfs anything felt on a planetary scale. Electromagnetism is the second force, and it is about a trillion times stronger than gravity at the scale of a single particle. This is the force behind light, electricity, and every chemical bond holding your body together. Your DNA does not stay coiled because of gravity. It holds its shape because of electromagnetic attraction between atoms, a bond so precise that even a small disruption can unravel it. Take 2 protons and try to force them close together, and electromagnetism will violently push them apart because, like charges, repel with a force that increases the closer they get. And this is where things become strange. If electromagnetism is so dominant, something else must be fighting it inside the nucleus of every atom, something strong enough to keep positively charged protons locked together despite that repulsion. That something is next, and it changes the entire equation. The strong nuclear force is the most powerful of the 4, roughly 137 times stronger than electromagnetism at the scale of an atomic nucleus. It is the reason protons can sit millimeters apart, packed inside a space smaller than a trillionth of a meter, without being blown apart by their own repulsion. But here is the terrifying part of how it behaves. Unlike gravity, the strong force barely reaches beyond the width of a proton. Step outside that impossibly small range, and its grip vanishes almost completely. It is a bodyguard that only protects what is directly in front of it, and ignores everything else. Without it, every atom heavier than hydrogen would fly apart instantly, and the universe as you know it, with stars, planets, and chemistry, would simply not exist. But if the strong force builds the nucleus, something else has to explain why atoms sometimes fall apart on their own, why elements transform into other elements over time. That job belongs to the 4th force, and it works in complete secrecy. The weak nuclear force is almost the opposite of the strong force in personality. It is far weaker, but its job is not to hold things together. Its job is to change them. It is responsible for a process called radioactive decay, where an unstable atomic nucleus transforms into a different, more stable element over time, releasing energy in the process. No explosion, no warning. just a quiet transformation happening inside atoms all around you all the time. This same force is also responsible for the nuclear fusion reactions that power stars, converting hydrogen into helium, and releasing the light that reaches your eyes years or centuries later. Take away the weak force, and stars would not shine the way they do, and the elements that make up your body would never have formed inside a dying star in the first place. So these four forces, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong force, and the weak force, explain everything physicists have confirmed through direct observation. But if you have made it this far into the architecture of reality, drop a like and subscribe, because what comes next is not confirmed at all, and that is exactly what makes it terrifying. Physicists have spent nearly a century trying to unify these four forces into a single mathematical framework, and so far, gravity refuses to cooperate. Every attempt to describe gravity using the same quantum rules that work for the other three forces breaks down, producing equations that spit out impossible answers. This gap has a name. It is called the search for quantum gravity, and it remains one of the largest unsolved problems in physics. But here is where things go from difficult to genuinely unsettling. Some theories propose that gravity is not a force at all in the traditional sense, but a side effect of mass bending the fabric of space-time itself, meaning everything you have just learned about force strength might not even be measuring the same kind of thing. And if gravity is fundamentally different from the other three, that raises a darker question. What if there are more forces we simply cannot detect yet? Some physicists have proposed the existence of a fifth force, a hypothetical interaction that would not fit into any of the four categories already described. We have never confirmed one exists, but multiple experiments over the past decades have reported small, unexplained deviations in how particles behave, deviations that standard physics cannot fully account for. If a fifth force is ever confirmed, it would not just be an addition to this list. It would mean the entire framework used to describe reality for the last 100 years was incomplete from the very beginning. And there is a second reason to suspect something is missing. Roughly 27% of the universe is made of dark matter, a form of matter that does not interact with light and has never been directly observed, only inferred from its gravitational effects on galaxies. Nobody knows what dark matter actually is, and nobody knows for certain whether a new, undiscovered force is required to explain it. But the deepest mystery does not come from something missing. It comes from something the universe seems to be actively doing, right now, in every direction. Roughly 68% of the universe is made of something called dark energy, and unlike every force described so far, dark energy does not pull things together. It pushes them apart. Observations first published in 1998 revealed that the expansion of the universe is not slowing down under gravity's pull, as scientists had expected for decades. It is accelerating. Distant galaxies are moving away from each other faster with each passing year, as if empty space itself contains a hidden ingredient the equations seem to require in order for reality to behave the way it does. Nobody has directly detected dark energy. Nobody fully understands what it is. And if it continues accelerating the expansion of the universe indefinitely, the ultimate fate of everything, every galaxy, every star, every force on this list, may already be written into the fabric of space itself, and there is nothing any known force could do to stop it. 4 force confirmed. 1 unified answer still missing. And 2 invisible influences making up the vast majority of everything that exists. That is the current, incomplete picture of the forces shaping the universe around you right now. If this made you feel the strange, humbling scale of the physics holding reality together, drop a like, subscribe for more, and check the playlist below if you are not ready to go back to normal space just yet.